Okay, I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I'm actually using my DLSR because my camera phone will not record long enough. Anyway, so today is Friday, July 7th. I'm feeling much, much, much better than I was a few days ago. And that's good. We're happy about that. And I did a couple things that were kind of fun today. First of all, it's a lovely day here in Oregon. And I was going to go somewhere and walk around and take photographs, but it just wasn't feeling right. So I had read about a place that I wanted to check out. And Portland is kind of famous for food trucks. Food trucks every frippin' where. But there was one in particular I really wanted to check out called Viking Soul Food. And being of Scandinavian heritage, I thought, oh, hey, what the heck, let's just go. So if you're in Portland and you want to know where it is, I believe the address is 4250 Southeast Belmont. It's near Belmont and Cesar Chavez. There's a little small collection of food trucks there, and they're in there, and they're really quite wonderful. So I really wasn't feeling too terribly hungry, but I wanted to check it out. So I got a dessert, which I totally need. Anyway, it was a rhubarb strawberry concoction with goat cheese and honey and walnuts wrapped in lefse. It was sublime. It was so delicious. Yeah. And then, of course, I had to buy some lefse to take with me because lefse is one of my favorite things. If you don't know what lefse is, it is Lefse. It is a Norwegian and kind of Swedish, but not really. It's really more Norwegian. It's like a flatbread, sort of like a tortilla, but it's made of potatoes. So because of the taste of it, because of the neutrality of the taste, you can do savory things with it. You can do sweet things with it. You can do put mashed potatoes and gravy and Swedish meatballs and roll it up like a burrito, or you can just put butter and sugar in it, or you can put creme fraiche and berries. You can do 80 gajillion things with it. So lefse is a lot like a crepe, but a little bit thicker, where crepes are very, very, very thin. Lefse is just a teeny tiny bit thicker, a little bit sturdier, more like a flour tortilla, but just a different taste. And it's wonderful. And the whole situation reminded me so much of my grandma, who would make me rhubarb pie for my birthday, because I'm not a huge fan of cake. So she would make me rhubarb pie, and she grew rhubarb in her garden. So it was definitely made with love, and then she would make rhubarb jams and things, and yeah, so this was kind of like my birthday ode to Grandma, and it was really good. Oh God, it was tasty. I want to go back there at some point when I really want to have a meal, lunch, and try some of their other stuff, because their menu looked great. And I think their website is just vikingsoulfood.com, if I'm not mistaken. But if you Google Viking Soul Food Portland, you'll find it. So, number one, yum. Number two, I have lefse. I only have 6 pieces, so I'm going to have to parse this one out. And I don't think the captain is going to get any. Sorry, dude, but not until I learn how to make lefse. Speaking of learning how to make lefse, I have located the kind of local bastion of all things Scandinavian. I believe it's called Nordic House. I'm not a gigantic fan of the Sons of Norway. So finding this place was like, this might be good. So I've signed up for their newsletter, and they have classes and exhibits and things. So I'm going to be doing some investigation on that. And speaking of lefse, they usually have classes on how to make lefse, but I think they're already sold out for the rest of the year. That's like crazy pants. So I'm going to keep my eyes open, and I'm going to learn how to make lefse. Yay. So part of the reason for all of this is I've been working on my genealogy, and I knew that I was primarily Scandinavian, primarily Norwegian. I knew that there was some English and some French, but I didn't really know anything beyond that. And my dad and I did the 23andMe DNA test, and it just kind of sparked a neuron in my brain where it was like, I need to know everything I can possibly know. And it's been fascinating. It has been very, very interesting. And primarily what I've learned is the most interesting parts of my ancestry are through women, not through men. At this point, I've been able to go back a very, very long time. And some of it is difficult because you're dealing with mythology, you're dealing with legend, you're dealing with sagas, you're dealing with legendary kings, which really means like maybe not completely verifiable. And then you get semi-legendary kings, and then it's like there's, with the written word, it just kind of gets bad. Anyway, one day I'll talk about that a whole lot more, like how I got started with it and how I'm doing it and what I'm finding, because it's really quite fascinating. But the last thing I did today before I started recording this was I went to a Army Navy surplus store. I think it's really just an Army surplus store in Aloha, just south of me. I think it's just Aloha Surplus on Tualatin Valley Highway. And they were great. They were really, I think the store was like well laid out. It's crowded as hell, but well laid out, lots of stuff, nice people. I was offered help a couple of times, which was great, but I didn't really need any because I was just looking around. So I used to have like a like a rucksack, but not a backpack, just one that was crossbody, that was just like almost just like a purse with nothing inside of it, no compartments. And I think the captain took it, but I don't really know. It may have ended up in a Goodwill bag when we moved. I'm not quite sure. So I wanted to do a little search and see if I could find something. Now, the reason why is not that I necessarily need Army gear, but as somebody who likes to take photographs, I don't like walking around with a camera bag. I don't like walking around with a backpack that I have to take off in order to get a different lens. Or with a camera bag, it's the same thing. It's like you gotta take too much time to open it and figure it out. Well, I want something I can just reach into, grab what I want, and be done with it. If you see my hands coming in and out of frame, sorry, I talk with my hands a lot, and I'm not really sure how wide this is. So anyway, I found a couple of things. I found a crossbody bag that I really like, that I think is going to work beautifully. I'll be able to put another camera body in it and one lens, probably like a long lens or two shorter lenses. And then I also found a canteen cover. I'll move a little bit. There we go. A canteen cover that was lined in like a faux fur. And I don't know if it was meant like for Arctic gear or cold weather, like to keep coffee warm, or what the deal is with it. But it's perfect for a lens bag. And I bought a webbed belt, so that goes through the little things on the back, and I can wear that, and I can just take one camera body and have the longer lens, which is a 70 to 300, and then my shorter lens, which is a 18 to 50, I think, which is what's on the camera right now. And it'll be very, very easy to switch out the lenses, which was like the whole point of this, because I don't like dillying around with craziness. It doesn't need to be in a freaking, camera bag. Blah, blah. Anyway, so they were great. They were really, really wonderful, and I really appreciate it. It was very inexpensive. And it's Army gear, so I likely got very good quality stuff. Good canvas. Guy's throwing his garbage away. I get really nervous when other people are around. La la la. I really do. He's like out of my perimeter now, so I can talk. Yeah, so that was good. It felt like a successful day for what it was. And now I'm going to go home and I think do a little cleaning. The bedroom and the bathroom have gotten a little insane. They need to be cleaned and do some organization because I start work on Monday. Yay! I think this will be a good job. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be right. And I'm looking forward to it. But there's some things I need to do to get prepped up for this. Anywhoozits, that is it for the day. God only knows how long I just talked. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you are surrounded with love and light and laughter and good things. All good things. Yeah. Okay. I thinketh that is iteth. So until next time, bye doodles.